Hey, what's going on, guys? My airgun guys, I'm way overdue for a video for you. So what better time to make one than 1:32 in the morning the night before a competition. Talk about last minute. I've been drowning between building this 3D printer and the dentist in my building that rents right now almost half the building upstairs. He took over the space next door, and I'm renovating it and adding all his 7 plumbing lines per exam room times 6 more. It's been a lot of work, the renovation on top of it, but my guys are mostly doing that. I'm doing the plumbing and electrical, and it's been fun. So anyways, I have to break away from it for a few days to go to this competition so I can actually have some fun and get some rest. I'll have fun during the day, get rest in the evening, and actually go to bed at a reasonable hour instead of plumbing all night or shooting or building 3D printers or whatever else I'm up to. So anyways, what I'm going to do right now is, so I went to get some balloons to shoot the paintballs off of the balloons like I do. They didn't have any, but what they did have is candles. And I thought, hey, what a good idea. I'll shoot the candle out. I'll shoot the flame of the candle out. So I have like 10 or something hot glued candles up there. I'm gonna go ignite them with this. This is a little electric lighter. I'm gonna go up there and light all those. And then I have my rattler set up here. The extreme long range event is 700 yards. So obviously it's a minimum 200 foot-pounds of energy. So this gun is gonna have to be my gun for that event. I'm gonna have to fill this tank and get the other one. I have one already full. So I'm gonna have to use this gun for that event because none of the other guns have that kind of power. I mean, it's a lot of power. So I'm going to set up the DSLR camera downrange, so you guys will see me lighting the candles, and I'll zoom in on them, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna shoot a couple of them with the Rattler, which obviously the Rattler's got a ton of power. Sorry about the noise, 1 second. Obviously the Rattler's got a ton of power and it's bringing a lot of wind down there with it, so I don't know. I mean, they are birthday candles, so they probably should be pretty resilient to being blown out, but we'll see. So if it starts blowing out other candles than what I was aiming at, because this thing is really dead on right now. I've been shooting through the same hole with it. And then I'm gonna use my bench rest gun, which is gonna be the Scout. I suspected it probably would be, but I have my 30 caliber impact that I usually have in my house here, set up right next to it on the floor here. So that's the 30 caliber impact is on the smaller bipod. The big bipod has got the Scout. And that's got a DMR3, Bushnell Elite Tactical DMR3 scope on it. And then the Zeiss is on the bench rest gun, which is what I usually use. The Zero Compromise is pretty badass too, but I love, it's actually my favorite scope by far, but it's the zoom, honestly, I don't think I need more than 20 zoom at 100 yards, but I like the yeah, no, you don't. You can really go up to 1,000 at 20, but you want it, the closer you can see it, the better. I probably should use the Burris in that regard, because that's up to 36, but that you need all that. That's too much. It'll be like under a microscope at 100 yards. So I'm gonna bring the DSLR camera downrange, and you guys will see me lighting the candles. This is gonna have to be a kind of quick video because obviously it's late. I have to put my guns in the truck, go home and get some sleep, and then go register for this thing tomorrow. So I don't have a lot of time. So I'll have to do this on the quick side, but hopefully it'll be an enjoyable video for you guys, because I know I haven't done too much airgun stuff lately and I'm way overdue to do some for you. So I do have a bullet splitting video, a pellet splitting video, but it's so many different parts. I started putting it together and I did slow motion. I had 3 camera angles. I will get it up for you guys because I'm gonna make you want to see it even more now. But I have slow motion camera from the 240 frame a second on the GoPro on the side of it. Then I have the downrange camera looking at the target. then I have the camera down here with me. So I'm gonna have the two, I already started editing it with the two different windows. You guys will see. I'll try to get it done as soon as possible, but it's not gonna be before this competition. It'll have to be after I get back next week sometime. But I'm gonna try to put this one up before I leave. I'm gonna start packing up the truck as soon as I'm done with this. I gotta get a few hours of rest because I got a 3-hour drive. And then the first day is always easy. They don't really have you doing much. It's just that you get to wait in line for last year was the first year for them at NAC, so I think that's why it was so bad. But the wait was like tremendous, just to shoot, just to sight in. That's really all you do the first day is register and sight in. But it took forever to sight in. You had to wait for, you know, guys that were going multiple times, and it just was not cool. I think I put a couple far to the left, but I want to kind of zoom in on these, so I'll start here and then I'll come move this camera if I have to. You'll see what I'm talking about in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and it should be up on the screen right about now. And there you see the candles. I'm going to go light those. Yeah, there are a few down the other side that you can't really, I couldn't really see through the camera very well, but I don't know if you guys can see them or not, but they're there. Oh, that one ain't gonna stay. All right, well, I don't have my hot glue gun, so you're gonna have to hang out until I get back. All right. Hopefully I don't set any targets on fire with these. I wish I had more time. I wish I wasn't in such a rush, because this is probably going to be fun. But I have to, if I'm going to go to this competition, I have to, which I honest to God, I almost wasn't going to go. Not almost, I was thinking that I wasn't going to be able to go because I still have so much shit going on here. It's right in this building, that the dentist office upstairs. So where I'm building, and I'm doing the plumbing right down here. Like in my workshop in the back with my CNC machine, literally one of the plumbing holes that when I drilled the hole, it came out right above this drop ceiling light above my CNC machine. So it's literally very close to home, and it's been incredibly inconvenient, but it's not so much, I mean, I'm doing the work myself. It's not like anybody's bothering me, but it's just, I'm having to make a mess in my own stuff to do this job. It's been a pain in the neck. Let me just shut this door because this is still filling. It won't take very long. That compressor is pretty quick. But I apologize for the noise in the meantime. All right, so we got plenty of air now. Oh yeah. We're way over full. Let's see. Are we full here? Yep, full ammo. Got a full 15 rounds. What the hell? See, the ammo just like slides in a little bit, and then it doesn't want to rotate. It doesn't do that when you're shooting though. There we go, that's done. Okay, so, oh, by the way, the other video I did it in, and I feel bad because I didn't get to put it up yet because it's a ton of stuff to edit, and I had the slow motion. I had to download a separate software to get it to actually play in slow motion. So that's why it's taking a minute, but I did do all the videos, and I will have it up shortly. But this Ultrapod, I don't know if I mentioned in any other airgun videos, I broke my Ultrapod, which I know I'm rough on my stuff, and I don't have any qualms about it. I'm a bull in a china shop kind of guy, which, you know, it is what it is. But it's no fault of Doug's. I mean, he made a good product. But I'm rough on my stuff, and a lot of other guys are too. So he literally beefed this thing up to the point where I don't know if I threw this thing across the room, I don't think it would break. And I've been doing a lot of 3D printing, and I'm telling you, he must have done, I don't know, 70-80% infill, maybe 60 at least. It's really heavy. I mean, it's got a lot of mass to it. He really beefed this thing up, and then not only that, he added this x-axis so you can move the back of the gun. So when you hold this, like say your stock is in here, you see it's going side to side, left, right. That's your x-axis. So it's a pretty ingenious way to do it, honestly. And then you line these two things up, the two aim lines. It's pretty cool. And these little rubber pads also come off. So if you have a bigger stock, or they come with it if you have a smaller stock, they're TPU, like sort of like rubber. But it's a really big difference from the original model when he first designed this. This is something that's really durable now. Like, you know, I mean, I never thought about it before, and it broke. I think it broke in transit when I was moving stuff in and out of the truck, going to a competition or whatever. But I never thought about it being durable or not. But when it broke, so first one of these pegs broke off on the side, which now these things are like rock solid. I think he still used PETG, but it feels like polycarbonate because it's really rigid. I mean, he did. Oh, there's another pad on the bottom. It's another piece. He did a lot of work to it, I gotta say. And it like the design still looks really seamless on the outside. I mean, take a look. It really came out really well for something that's gotten that much stronger. And I just take and put a little bit of silicone grease in the threads so it's easy to twist. But it's a perfect universal monopod. And now it just, you know, I mean, and for the price, I mean, you could spend $1,000 on a monopod, a universal monopod if you want. But I mean, this thing does everything that they do. I mean, you can raise it up and down without having to move your gun. You can move it side to side without having to move your gun. You can level it with the leveling feet. I think a lot of them don't even do, well, I'm sure they probably do somehow. But anyway, for the price he charges for these, I think they're a couple $100. It's totally, it's a fraction of the cost of something, you know, that you would compare to it made out of CNC aluminum. If you want to pay that difference for the CNC aluminum, be my guest. You know, I would just make it myself if I really wanted it that bad, but I don't. I mean, I did make a monopod for the Scout, that because it has 4 bolt holes right on the bottom of the stock, and you just bolt it right in. So, and then I actually printed that, but I'm not going to go that far out of my way to be CNC machining a monopod or a universal monopod, because I have them, the guns that I need them on, I have them on, and even the ones that I would like them on, I mean, I could buy a single monopod for the gun and it would still be cheaper times every gun than one of those CNC machined aluminum crazy expensive ones. All right, so I'm gonna just go for that dead center candle first. The yellow one right in the middle, right by the gong. Let's see what we get. All right, ready? Oh, yeah, I think I hit the candle. Let's see how on target I am. I'm going to shoot one of these targets above it, those diamonds. I'm going to shoot right for the center of the left hand on the bottom. Oh, I went off. Well, I don't think that last shot was that far off. Let me take my time. Hold on. Because it took that candle right out. Oh, that's on the opposite side. What the heck? Yeah, that's better. I think I'm a couple clicks right. I have a lot more air in it right now. That's probably why it was a little low before. That tank was getting low. This thing eats so much air. It's insane. I mean, I have the regulator up crazy high. It's up to like 280. Let me turn the chronograph on. I'll show you guys how fast these 169 grain slugs are going. These are the slugs that I'm shooting right now. 169 grain, big ass lead projectile. 167, that's what they are. All right. One more dead center, see if I'm centered. I'm gonna go for the right hand bottom square target. The center of the diamond, the red diamond. Yeah, I'm hitting the same hole now. Okay. Back to the candles. All right, 970 feet per second, 349.1 foot-pounds of torque. Foot-pounds of torque. Hello, I'm not driving a car. Foot-pounds of energy. All right, I'm gonna shoot for the next candle over on the back row. I believe it's burnt too far down for me to see what color it is, but we're gonna go for that one. And I'm gonna try not to put the two in front of it on the smaller target box out. Got it, nice. Oh, but I knocked over the other ones in the back too. I must have either ricocheted off the backstop or hit the metal that it was standing on and knocked them all over. That kind of sucks. I guess I should have started with this with the Scout. I'll probably have to go glue some more up there. All right, let's go for the one on the right, the furthest to the right first. Gotcha. Look at that. Nice. Yeah, that was a good shot. Okay. 968, 348 foot-pounds of energy. So they have a minimum 200 for this 700-yard event. My stop valve is not stopping. It did like this, then it stopped. Right. Son of a gun. Probably from being left open every time I shoot it. As if it doesn't suck up enough air. I mean, luckily I can fill them, but that's just a waste. I gotta change that filter on this well. I definitely need to do an upgrade on everything. I have another new one-way valve, luckily. Sorry about the noise. So I didn't expect this to be doing that, obviously. I just had to change a bunch of O-rings in this. I just did this whole no, I'm sorry, not this, right here, this whole plenum. The O-rings in the front and back of it. This piece that goes on the front that swings around and has this nut for the regulator. I changed the O-rings in that, in the regulator, and everything is sealing nice and tight, except for this filter, which I didn't do anything to, but obviously I need to. Open it all the way and go right to that place. Sorry about that, guys. These freaking candles are gonna burn out. I'm gonna have to go get my glue gun, and I am so short on time that I'm gonna be a zombie. Alright, here we go. Luckily, the first day, like I said, there's not much that you have to do. So, you know, just sight in. And that's not gonna be anything I need to have a whole lot of energy for, thankfully. because I'm not going to have it. It's not when it's almost 2 a.m. right now, and I've been working my butt off. And then I've been working my butt off on my projects on top of working my butt off on my work projects. So that's just that quick to fill a magazine. You can never get sick of these things. And I don't really use these that much during the year or during the off season because I'm not practicing for competition. I'm not shooting in competition, so I'm not shooting pellets. I don't really use pellets very often. The 30 caliber one I do kind of use because with this gun tends to like 55 grain slugs with the STX conversion that I made. That Bill made, and then I modified and kind of like changed it a little bit, and then I also made another 25 and 22 caliber. Anyways, with the STX liner, it likes the 55 grain slugs, and it shoots them dead straight. So those are fairly short, which is why the slugs don't really work in these that well because they're so long compared to pellets. Because usually when you're making slugs, you're not making small. I'm not making small ones. If they were short like the pellets, they probably would work better. So for me, what I've found is that the bigger the slugs, the bigger the diameter of the slugs, like the caliber, the more forgiveness you have with these working to speed load them, because the length of them tends not to be as long when they're wider because the weight goes up quicker. And these guns, most of these guns, the Rattler's definitely an exception. Most of these guns can't handle that kind of weight. So like even the Impact is a really powerful gun. It's a badass gun. I love it. I have 2 of them, but it can't shoot more than like in 30 caliber accurately and with good velocity. You're not going to get over like 69, 70 grain. So, and those are kind of big, but they're not anything like these 357s that the Rattler's shooting. They're not like those are like the size of a whole shell casing almost. So imagine like the shell casing of a 9mm, but the whole thing is lead. That's about how big the 200 grains are easily that big, literally like side by side that big. So 167 is not that far off. All right. Sorry, I should have had these loaded already, but I didn't think that far. And the candles are out, so now I got to put the thing back up. I apologize for that, guys. All right, I think I'm good with that. I don't need more than 2 magazines. Plus, I got the one that's in there. I don't know how much is in it, but I'll fill these up before I leave tomorrow. Before I leave today, in like a few hours. I'm only gonna have like 4 hours of sleep. Okay, let me grab the glue gun and I'll run down there and put some more candles up. Okay, I got candles down there. I think I have candles down here, I hope. Oh, there's one that's still there. Oh, I have a lighter in my pocket. All right. This little Dremel glue gun is so fucking cool. It heats the glue. I literally just turned it on my way walking back here, and it's already hot. It's already melting the glue. All right, that's 2 there. Let's see. Where did I put the box of candles that I had? I had the whole box down here. I thought I left it down here. I probably did somewhere. I gotta take a look around. Just squirt a bunch of glue on there so that it doesn't knock over so easy. Well, all this stuff is covered in lead dust. That's also why it's not really sticking very well. Oh my God, this thing being a big bullet trap, I swear to God, I have so much lead. I don't know how I'm ever gonna melt it all. This thing must have like 70 80, 100 pounds of lead in it. That bullet trap is so full of lead, it's starting to come out. Like that whole back stop that has the pivot part that traps the lead it's packed. Like I wish I could show you inside, but I mean, I could show you inside. Maybe I will show you inside. But and the whole floor of this is all covered. What I do is I shop vac all that stuff up. I throw it in the smelting pot, which is like it gets like 2,500 degrees to melt aluminum and gold and whatever else, copper. But I put it in there to burn off all the paintballs and candles and pills and everything else that I shoot for precision. And I burn all that stuff off, pour it into an ingot, and now I have like 10 ingots of lead that can go in the melting. But it's just like, it's a lot of work to melt it yourself, which is why I've come to realize that it's probably better to just buy the rolls of lead. I mean, yeah, you're wasting a ton of lead, but like, who cares? It's just not even worth it. It's worth it when you need them in a pinch. If you need them, but to do it on a big scale, like for all your ammunition, is a pain in the neck. When you're shooting as much as I do, pressing them is not that bad. The press is great when you buy the rolls of lead, especially if you make a quick cutter like I made. You can buy. I bought that cutter. I mean, I would have made it myself at this point, but back when I bought it, I didn't have the CNC machine, so I would have made it myself, but I didn't have the means at that time. So I ordered one on eBay for like $50. So that's if you guys don't have a CNC machine or a way to make one on a mill or something, then you could order it on eBay like I did at that time. And it turned out to be pretty good. I had to just drill a couple of, the holes were not quite big enough. I just had to drill them to my diameters that I was using the lead wire. And I bolted it to a table, and that's it. And then I take the roll of lead that's got the spool holder on the table on the other side, and I just pull it out as I'm cutting, so I can just cut as much as I want. And it's very convenient and easy. And compared to melting lead and casting it, it's a very big difference. I don't miss. Those ingots of lead are not sitting there for no reason, because I don't really feel like making those in the bullets. And I have way too many other projects, but at the time when I was just getting into it, it was like everything else that I do. I get fascinated by something and I got to do every aspect of it, which is how I got good at what I do. So it's a blessing and a curse, is the long and short of it. But let's get back to shooting. Sorry about that. All right, we got some candles set up. I'm going to take a couple of sight-in shots. I'm going to adjust this so I get an accurate amount of velocity and energy. In session. Okay, new session. Okay. Air rifle, yes. All right, we got to take the 1 out. Next, that's going to be a 4. Those are 48 grain. Okay, 48 grains. Boom. Okay, let's get it on. All right. Thank God I was able to turn the voice off of this thing right away, because that was so annoying. I don't know who thought that was going to be a good idea. I got to ask Bill about that, and hopefully I'll see him tomorrow. I don't know who thought the voice was going to be a good idea, but I don't think anybody is going to like that. Anybody ever did like it. All right, I'm going to go for the furthest one to the right. Actually, no, I was going to do a couple of sight-ins, and I forgot and brought this thing down already. I know I'm damn confident this thing is on target, but I just want to be sure. All right, I'm going to go for the center of the center target, the center square. What the hell? Oh, air. That would be nice. I turned the tank off. This one, they recommend that you turn the tank off between uses. So that's what I do. And then you bleed out all the air from the rest of the gun. I'm not sure exactly why they recommend that, but it's not. Other manufacturers actually recommend that you keep it full to keep the pressure on all the O-rings. Which bleed valve is that? This one? What the hell? Where is that coming out of? Oh, this isn't on all the way. Hello. That would be a good start. Get on there, dude. Got it. All right. And then we can open this too. All right. Now I gotta pull the magazine so I don't double load it. And here we go. Center of the center. Nice. Do one more. So somebody tell me this is not an accurate gun with pellets. This is the stock barrel. I'm not using the STX conversion that I made. This gun is very accurate. The way they made it, just the way they made it. The original equipment. I did retain my aluminum baffles in the suppressor. It's not the original internal suppressor. I was gonna change back to that, but the sound dampening is just such a big difference with the aluminum baffles. And I have the 3D printed ones I made as well in the other one, and they actually work just as good as the aluminum kind of. I mean, I didn't test them against each other, but they did make a big difference. All right, candle on the left, pink. Gotcha. Next candle over, red. Gotcha. Next candle over, pink. Gotcha. Next candle, purple. The one in the back. Gotcha. Another one in the front, blue. Yeah, buddy. Oh, that knocked the other one down, shit. All right, last one, the green one. Yeah, buddy. And that's how they do it. That's how we do it. So obviously I didn't need those magazines at all. I should have just skipped that because I got to cut this short, guys. I would definitely put some more of these up and do some more shooting because it actually, I'm kind of disappointed the Rattler was shooting much better earlier today. I was going right through the same hole. It actually was starting to go through the same hole but it did get a couple of good candle shots. But sorry that this was a brief video. So I'm shooting around 965 to 975, right in that range. It doesn't really go much higher than 975, and it hasn't gone much lower than 965 in the extreme spread. So right now I just filled it up, so it's on the higher side. But this is how I'm going to shoot with it for bench rest. And for the longer range Squatch Bomb that they had last year, I'm going to use my Panthera again. That's for the 100, I think it was 200, 250, and 300 yards. And then obviously I have to use the big one for the 700 yard. That's the only one that's got that kind of power. That's like half a mile, so it's pretty far. For an air gun, it's incredibly far. So anyways, I will look forward to getting back with you when I get back and let you know how everything went, and hopefully I'll place well. All right, so you guys have a good night and enjoy your weekend, or your week rather. I guess it's kind of a weekend for me, but I'm overdue for it. So don't think I'm lucky or something, because I usually am working 7.5 days a week. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night.